Hi there. Welcome to lesson 1 of Sage Business Cloud. The first thing I'll do is log in. So if you type in my Sage 1, I'm using the Canadian version. It's very similar to the US version though. The taxes might be a bit different, but aside from that, it's very similar. And then I'll enter my credentials once the screen comes up. So I'm just going to quickly pause and log in. So basically you just need your email and password. So this is my Sage Business Cloud application. I've imported my data from a desktop version of Sage, so I use the migration tool to massage my SAI file and all of the data, and it creates a data file that Sage Business Cloud understands, and then we can import it. So I've already got a bunch of data in here, a bunch of company data. The data is back in 2017, so I'll be using, for all of my entries, I'll be using 2017. So the first thing I'm going to do is change a customer record. So if you want to change records for your customers or your vendors, it's under the contacts. I'll choose customers, and it's Pitt Meadows Elementary that I'm changing, and I want to add an email, so that's contacts and addresses, and I'll choose the little pencil, and we'll get into all of these tabs in accounts receivable, which is the 5th lesson. So I'm just going to quickly add an email here, which is j.royal@pme.edu, and I'll save. We'll take a quick look at reporting. So if you want to look at something that's very similar to the AP age summary, if you go to reporting more, it's just called accounts payable. It gives you basically a list of all the money that you owe, who you owe it to, and how old these debts are. Bunch of aging periods there. I'm going to quickly create an account. So to create your accounts, to get to your chart of accounts, you go to Settings, and then Chart of Accounts. There it is there. And I'll choose New Ledger Account. And this is going to be my GIC, my Guaranteed Investment Certificate, and I'll make it 1100. We use a 4-digit account number with this company. Category is simply an asset. Now I just need to maximize the screen so you can see the save at the bottom of this little window. It's a dialog within the browser window, so I'm just going to maximize, and then when I scroll down, I'll choose Save, and I'll restore. To modify an account, you simply go to the same place. So again, that was Settings, Chart of Accounts, and I'm going to modify one of my bank accounts. I'm going to add the actual name of the bank. So I'll choose 1060. You just simply click on it and change it. And again, I just need to maximize my screen to see that Save button at the bottom. So that's creating an account and modifying an account. Let's quickly look at changing our company information. So my company presently says Harmony House Music. It's a music shop. And then it says a generic your name. I'm just going to change that to my name. So if I just, manage business account. There we go. And I'm just going to change that name right on the business information tab here to my name. And and save. The next thing I'll look at is a general journal transaction. So I'm just going to click, this is basically the back to the application button there. There we go. And in order to enter a general journal transaction, it's adjustments journals. And I'm going to do a quick transfer to my GIC that I just created from my bank account. So I'm just going to call this TSF. And the date of this is going to be March 3rd, 2017. So I'm going to type in 3/3/17. And TSF to GIC. And I'll pick up my account. So if I click here, you see I get a list of accounts. There it is. If you don't know your account number, you can scroll through. You notice this list gets longer as you get down to the bottom. It starts populating additional choices. Or you can, if you do know the account number, you can just simply type in the account number. It pops up, and I'll say TF to GIC, $10,000, and I'll transfer from my bank account from I'll go ahead and transfer from my checking account. Whoops, I forgot a spacer. I'll have to go back and change that. And I'm going to create one more, so I'm going to choose Save and New. And I'm going to quickly pay off a loan. Make a loan payment, I should say. Same date. 3/3/17. I don't need a description, and I'll pay off 2120. Sorry, I'll make a payment on 2120. There it is, bank loan. I'll debit 280 on the principal, and there's also some interest expense. My interest expense account is $56.90. And the interest amount is $38.65. And then I'm going to credit my bank account. The full amount, both the interest and the loan. And I'll save. So I realized that I made that bank loan payment in error. We had already paid off that loan. So I want to delete that transaction. So if I go view all journals, that'll show me all of my journal entries. So it's adjustments journals if you weren't already there. And I'm just going to look in March of 2017. Maybe I don't remember the date that I made the transaction, but I knew it was in March. I choose search, and I get a list of all of the transactions. So notice there's a little trash can next to my loan payment. I can just delete that transaction. And rest assured that the audit trail is maintained. Even if you delete a transaction, it still shows up, but with a strike through. So if I choose reporting, and then audit trail, you'll see all of my general journal transactions for the date range I specify. So you see there's two transactions. This one is crossed out. And we have summary and detail, so you can see all of the accounts that are affected, or you can just see the transaction. So that was basically lesson 1 of Sage Business Cloud. Again, we logged in, we took a quick look at modifying a customer's information, adding general ledger accounts, modifying general ledger accounts, entering general journal transactions, deleting them, and looking at a handful of reports. Thanks so much for watching.